Hey there, my Irishman, this is Sean of Nintendo, and welcome to episode 11 of Let's Interview, a series where I interview various Let's Players so you guys get to know them, and he or she gets a little bit more publicity. And today, joining me is...
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Skyrider. Thank you, Sean, for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Pleasure to have you on. I met the Skyrider through a stream out that Silver Sleet was doing one time. We became pretty good friends over time, and I thought I'd give him a chance at the interview. So, yay for that.
As I said, I'm grateful for you thinking of me.
No problem, man. Are you ready for the questions?
Bring it on.
Bring it on. Okay, so first one, let's tell everyone a little bit about your channel.
My channel, it's about a year old now. I started back in June of 2011. I do a variety of games, both on the PC and on, the Wii. I started off with a PC game called Freedom Force, which is a fun sort of superhero squad-based satirical sort of game, very funny. I also have games of Thief, Fire Emblem, Path of Radiance, and Mario Galaxy, in response to the Attacking Toucans Donabelle's versus.
Hopefully by the time this video is up, your video will be too.
Yes. I've just been trying to upload a video, and because my net is just rubbish, to put it politely, or maybe it's YouTube, because I just saw Ash Bear post something on Twitter saying that her upload times are just ridiculous. So maybe it's YouTube, I don't know, but hopefully...
Probably YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube. Bastards. But hopefully my latest episode of Galaxy will be up.
Okay, cool. So, for the next question is, how did you actually come up with your YouTube username?
I'm not entirely certain, to be honest, because... Skyrider is just a name I've always gone by on the internet. It's just my internet alias, so to speak, that I use, that I thought up years ago, and I can't remember how I did. So when I, thought, yep, that makes sense, it's a good name for a Let's Player, why not? But someone had already taken the name Skyrider, so I just thought, okay, how can I make this reasonably good without adding... How can I still have this name without adding 4793 or something onto the end? So I just thought, LP, that works. And that's how I came up with it.
Okay, cool. So, who made your channel background, if anyone did?
No one. It's just a Google image of... I've just been using Google images of my latest, my sort of current games. I would like to get someone to do one for me.
I could ask my friend Brandon.
I do have someone in mind who's very good at that sort of thing, but it's just a case of getting him to do it, because he's a very busy man.
No problem.
Okay.
Thank you. So who had inspired you to start Let's Playing, if anyone did?
Ooh, again, I'm not really certain. I'd always liked the concept of Let's Playing. I think the very first sort of... When I first came across a Let's Play, it was probably of Chugga Conroy.
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me if it was. And from then, I didn't really... When I first sort of came across it, I didn't really sort of go with the whole concept of a channel, more just like, let's think of a game that I know, and type in, let's play this. And so that's how I sort of started, and then I sort of, grew more to the idea of, hang on, there are actually quite a lot of people doing this. And sort of, I then started following more specific YouTubers.
Okay, cool. How did you actually come across Silver Sleet?
Quite probably through Kristen, Cuddle of Death. And I can't remember how I came across her, to be honest. It's weird, I literally have no memory of how I came across anybody. It just happens, you're just browsing one day, it's because it's like with one of my Let's Plays, it's like, obviously the first episode has a lot of views, but then there's another episode, randomly in the middle of the Let's Play, like episode 23 or something, that just has loads more views than all the rest. And It's like, I know that nobody is, people aren't watching this in order, they're just coming across it because it crops up, and it's just like that. I click a random episode, and then find the first episode, and then go from there. Okay. So that's probably how I found them.
Okay, cool. So was this your first YouTube channel?
Sorry, taking a drink. Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever considered making other channels for other purposes?
Potentially. If I were to do that, then I'd have to, I'd want it to be substantial. I wouldn't want to, update SkyriderLP, regularly, and then Skyrider's blogging channel of fun, every 3 months or whatever, So like, I don't even know if I would, but if I were to do that, then it would have to be something regular, I would think.
Okay, cool. So, this is one of the new questions again that guy Sonic Master actually put in, and is refers to your channel box. When you're putting people into your channels box, is it reserved for friends, or do you do box for boxing, or do you just put people that you really like?
Mostly friends, which in most of the cases are also the people I watch. I don't believe in box for boxing and sub for subbing. I really dislike that as a concept.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I'll like people say, subscribe to me. I'll subscribe to you if I think you're good, or if I like you. It's like you don't want. It's what it's why I always, one thing I always put in my video descriptions, the line I put in every one is rate, comment, and subscribe should you wish, good viewer. Because yes, subs are nice, but if people aren't going to watch my stuff, then
pointless.
Exactly. It's just you're just going to be wasting your own time, and I'm very appreciative of all the subs I have, and as I said, it's great to have subs, but don't sub for me just for the sake of it, or just because someone else says so. Please sub to me because you want to watch my stuff.
The idea of the box for boxing, it was the only one I didn't have a problem with. I think in consideration, like if say, hey, I'll box you if you box me, and people will subscribe to me if they want to. I don't think it's as bad as sub for subbing, personally, but
yeah, that's a point, I suppose. In fact, hang on. No, I don't have you in the box, which I have been meaning to do so.
Well, I might put you into. I've been messing around with mine a lot, because I met a lot of recent friends, and they're all like really attached to me recently, and I have to try to level with them. So
yeah.
Okay, so moving on to the 7th question. What was the first game you ever played?
First game I ever played, it would have been a PC game. Probably, one of the earliest memories I have is of playing Doom.
Oh, yeah.
Or Doom 2, specifically. But, they are essentially the same game, just with more monsters.
I hate this chair.
It's like here's squeaky chair.
Okay. For the 8th question is, what was the worst game you ever played?
The worst? Ooh.
To make you rage quit.
To make me rage quit. Well, there was one game which because I own quite a lot of GBA and DS games and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There was this one GBA game which I played, which was called Backtrack, which was just a generic sort of shooting game, and it was just I just remember playing through a few levels and then just getting stuck. Not even like, this is too hard or anything like that. Literally stuck, as in like, there is literally no way that I can get through this. I mean, admittedly, this was like years ago, but it was just like I just remember it. The reason I remember it is because, like, normally, loads of games I've bought in the past have all been really good, and I'd all really enjoyed for one reason or another. But that was the first game I bought that was like sort of disappointing, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And like, obviously no one's ever heard of it, and
I haven't.
I don't know anybody, but sorry,
I haven't heard of it.
Okay. But it's like, it was just sort of one of my first big disappointments in the game.
Okay, cool.
Just why I remember it.
All right, cool. So for the 9th question is, who are some of your favorite Let's Players?
Favorite Let's Players. See, sometimes I think I just don't know enough Let's Players to... I mean, I do know quite a few, but, like... It's... I mean, the obvious answers being, the friends I've made through doing this, Let's Playing. So, Cuddle of Death, Silver Sleet,
Mm-hmm.
But, I like different LPs of different LPers, as in, like, I don't, like Chugga Conroy, for example, I loved his Thousand Year Door Let's Play, but I haven't watched, some of his other Let's Plays simply because I don't know the game.
Mm-hmm.
I find it quite hard to answer questions about, like, favourites, because I don't really believe in having a one specific favourite of something.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. There are lots of things I like, but I never really sort of rank them in terms of, okay, this person is or this game or whatever is the best, and all others are inferior by comparison.
Okay, that's a good answer. So, what are some of your favourite Let's Plays that you've done?
That I've done?
Or currently doing?
Well, I've only got sort of 4 currently, both completed and current. Obviously, I really enjoyed doing my Freedom Force LP, which was the first game I ever did. Simply because I sort of watched myself evolve over the course of that Let's Play. Because, obviously I have my own sort of tics and things that I say all the time, as anyone who watches my videos will know, I always refer to the audience as good viewer. It's just, unlike, some people have suggested that that's a nervous tick, but, it's just a thing I do. But, like, my point is in the first episode of Freedom Force, the amount of times I used the phrase, ladies and gentlemen, I found a little bit ridiculous after I watched it. And, it was interesting to watch myself evolve. And I also really liked my Fire Emblem Let's Play. Simply because I love the game, love the story, and I love the chance to put the voices in for all the various characters, because I myself am an actor, so like that's what I do. So that's sort of one aspect of the game that greatly appeals to me, to be able to put in my own voice acting. Amateur voice acting, admittedly, but
kind of Let's Playing can kind of be like a practice for you.
Sorry.
Doing these Let's Plays is almost like practice, really.
To an extent, yes. Let's Playing is another sort of, it's a unique form of art. It's a unique art form, because it's both commentary and, because it is commentary, but it's also playing the game. Well, of course, that's what Let's Playing is, gaming and commentary. But it's the mixture of the two.
Okay, cool. Okay, we're coming pretty close now to the third last question here, and this one is: what is your opinion on the Let's Play community as it stands today?
Generally, very positive. Like, as I say, I don't think I'm sort of connected enough, because I've only been doing this a year or so, but I don't feel connected enough to make an incredibly informed opinion about it. Mm-hmm. And I generally tend to be quite a positive person in my, in expressing my opinions anyway, but I think generally very good. I think it's hard, certainly for a less known LPer to get themselves out there. Mm-hmm. As it is actually, with acting as well, that's very much the case. It's like, if you take all actors in the world, including like Hollywood A-listers, some 85% of them are not involved in acting work.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, it's a bit like that. There's a lot of, for every Chugga Conroy or NCS or Donna Bells or Call of Death, like any sort of individual who has a large amount of subscribers, there are 20 others who are completely unknown.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's like, I think that, God, I did have a point here. It's like, I think that, no, never mind. I've lost it.
Okay, it's grand. If you manage to think of it again, let me know.
Yeah.
Okay, so coming up to the 12th question, is there any advice you'd like to give to other Let's Players out there who might be even lower than you? I don't mean to sound bad by saying lower than you are, but it's like, Let's Players who could use to get up to your point.
Not that it's a incredibly big point to get up to. I'm looking at my sub box right now, and I've got 153 subscribers as of this moment. But I would personally say is that my advice would be to do things that you love, do things that you want to do, not what other people do, not what other people want to do. Because, like, you know, people can say, do a Pokemon Let's Play. Okay, I'll do a Pokemon Let's Play to add to the 10,000 that are already out there. And, you know, not that there's anything wrong with doing a Pokemon Let's Play, but, you know, if you're doing that purely for the sake of, you know, trying to attract people, as opposed to doing it because you want to do it, I would say that's a bad idea. And sort of just do it as you. Don't try to change anything about yourself, because, you know, at the end of the day, no Let's Player, no matter how good they are or how popular they are, aren't going to attract everybody. No Let's Player is going to, you know, gain the approval of every audience member on YouTube. So, you know, you just have to attract what audience you can by being you. And, you know, you don't try to please everybody, because that's impossible. And, of course, rule number 1 of the internet, don't feed the trolls.
Unless you're trolling them back.
True. Depends on how it's done.
I like to troll... Oh my god, sorry about the door there. That's my mom back. Okay, we're going to wrap up this video. For the last question, how did you enjoy this interview, if you did or not?
I did, yes. Very much so. As I said, it's a pleasure to be here, and it's also great to, you know, sort of express my opinions regardless of how necessarily well-informed they may or may not be.
Okay, cool. So, guys, thank you all for watching. Thank you, Skyrider, for joining us as again.
Thank you.
Make sure to go check out Skyrider, his YouTube in the description box, with Twitter and all that good stuff. All useful links in the description box too. If you haven't subscribed to me, you can follow me on Twitter. Check out the playlist, and if you have any questions, you can ask me on Formspring. All links in the description box for your convenience. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and we will see you in the next video. So bye for now.
Farewell.